share with us, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll turn it over to Jim and have him take it.
I will.
Check out, yeah, and I will too.
Okay.
Go ahead, Leah.
Okay. So this was a pretty cool win. I'll post it in our group, but it's a little picture that I took at one of my gyms. Can you see it, sort of? Yes.
No, it's reflecting like.
Well, I'll post it in our group, but they put me on the spotlight at a gym.
Wow, that's awesome.
So cool.
Way to go. Congratulations.
That is so awesome.
Thank you. And I wrote a story, and it was so interesting how we talked on the call last week or the week before about writing our stories. Mm-hmm. And I wrote a story about my fitness journey, and they decided to publish it and post it in the gym.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Good job.
Thank you.
So cool.
Good for you, Leah.
Thank you. It's a cool win.
That was a nice win.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Nicole.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? It's Nicole.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, we could.
We're gonna win now.
Nicole, we lost you.
I think she went into a concrete building. There she is.
She is.
Can you hear me okay? I
Yeah.
am.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on my bike. Look, guys. Okay, so I'm leaving work right now, and the win that I want to share is that I am just so excited to be in the midst of just trusting the universe in this journey. As you guys know, a few weeks ago, I was devastated because I was told that my position would no longer be needed and that I wouldn't have a job. But
Yeah.
what that allowed me to do is stop compromising my time for people that don't see my value. And then it challenged me to step up and define my own value and say, screw you guys. You don't know what you're losing. And I'm out of here. And it's been so amazing. So tomorrow's my last day.
Yeah.
Woo! And the irony is more and more people are stepping up in the office saying, what the heck is happening? Why is she leaving? And the person that they hired to replace me took another job somewhere else and left them high and dry, so they don't have the position. And my business manager, who is a total ally, contemplated, should we give her the option of keeping her job? And she stood up for me and said, no, we were not showing her how much value she gave to us. And I'm not going to put her in that position because I know that she's loyal enough to say yes to help us out. But the universe is telling me to let her go because she is being taken care of by a higher power.
Yay.
That's my win, guys.
That's huge.
Awesome.
That's a huge win.
And then if you can get on unemployment, then you're able to get some cash while you're starting, like getting your business going and everything. So
True.
That's great.
I got a big win, guys, today. I've been filming Facebook Lives for the last month, 2 months, and I've been adding business owners on Facebook, and I'm part of a group called National Speakers Association, and they have consistently seen my stuff. And someone reached out to me today asking me to speak in front of 250 young executives.
Awesome.
Yay.
Wow. Yeah, guys. So I'm going to be speaking on August 21st about the power of communication. And I would really like if anyone is on this call to come with me and support me.
Where is it?
Texas?
It's in Dallas, Texas. I know none of y'all live here, but
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
Neighborhood.
I might go Facebook Live just to record it. You guys can be there with me.
What's the date?
August 21st.
Great.
August 21st.
Yes.
Got it.
National Speakers Association. Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
they've got one of those in just about every state.
I'm trying to start one in Nashville because there's not one in Nashville,
There isn't one there?
which is crazy because you think Nashville, as many speakers that is in Nashville, there'd be one. But
Yeah.
I told them I'd start a chapter, but they say I have to join first, and then I could be the chapter leader.
Oh, there you go. So we have a couple new people on with us. Federico,
Hi.
how are you? How were you invited?
I actually joined. I joined a couple of months ago, but I just was really busy, so this is my first time.
Perfect. Well, welcome. And Miss Gupta.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, did you get my email today?
Yes, I did, sir.
Perfect. So is that a good time for you tomorrow?
Yes, that's fine.
Awesome. So welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Were you invited by Miss Pat?
Yes, that's correct.
Just a guess.
He's a good friend.
Yes. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
We have Miss Riley is MIA, which is not a big deal because we have Mr. Jim Parr, who's going to be going over some stuff with us today. And if you have anything else to add, or if you want to just take it, Jim.
Yeah, I'll take it. So I was having a conversation with Chuck earlier, and how many of you have, Jeremiah, you are awesome, and I believe in your dreams. And I just had to say that.
Amazing.
He's watching his inmates, and he's on a Forbes call. How cool is that?
So cool.
So he's got the darkest secrets of that city right there behind him. So anyways, I think Forbes is jumping on right now.
Here's Forbes.
Don't die on me, Karen. Hey, everybody.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
Allergies are killing
so say
me.
hi to my group of people. Hey, everybody say hi.
Hi.
Yay.
All right, so I lost track of time a little bit. We just finished shooting today. How's everybody? Jim, hello. Miss you. All right, so the big question of the day. Hey, Federico, we got some beautiful new people on, and I apologize, but I've been shooting a national commercial all day. We just wrapped.
Yay.
So, Doris, how are you doing today?
Okay.
Okay, let me share something with you, Doris, about how to do a testimonial for Forbes Riley. There are people, very self-serving question. There are people on here who have never met us before, have no idea how wonderful, amazing we are as a group. What did you experience, and why should somebody join us? Come in closer.
And I think it's great.
Doris, I can't hear you. I'm going to step outside for a second. I can't hear you, baby girl.
I can't either.
Yeah, I think Forbes, I think the audio that's in the background for you is overpowering it.
Let me mute. I don't know how to mute me. Chuck, can you mute me?
There we go. That's quiet.
So now she can talk.
Well,
Go for it, Doris.
I said I had a breakthrough and it's great. And I can't wait to get in there in September.
Okay, now, Miss Doris, the quality of what you experienced last night was amazing and life-changing. What I want you to share with someone to keep this going is to say, hey, to everyone on this call, here's what I was dealing with, and here's what happened to me. This is how you continue to get better. Go.
I experienced finding out some of my issues and it made me better. But I can't wait to get there in September and get through some more.
Okay, so for all of you who are listening to this who are new, who were not on last night's call, what you're watching is really beautiful. And I apologize. Okay, I just stepped into the bathroom. That might not have been a good idea. Darn, I'm trying to be quiet in a restaurant. So what you're watching is that Doris, like so many of us, had something that was keeping her from the rest of her life. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to tell you we all have this, don't we? And shake your head if you agree with me. Especially people who've been to Forbes Factor. I know, Karen, you've seen a lot. Tucker, you're on fire. Federico, this is for you. For Keith, who was not here. Whoever, for Arati. Let me tell you something. Doris, this happened last night. She had a massive breakthrough. Something that had been keeping her from her greatness. And we as a group don't stand for that. We don't let each other down. We're about accountability. We're about excellence. We're about saying, you know what? Bone the birch. We're taking the island. And Doris, it's very new. She may not want to share with it. But I will tell you the quality of what awaits all of us. Who else is on this call that's experienced something? Leah, you experienced a massive breakthrough. Would you share with us what that was like?
Sure. I knew I had things that were, or something that was within me that was keeping me from taking another step forward and really truly honoring who I am. And it took literally one word for me to break down, but I embraced every second of it because I knew deep down that that was what was holding me. And I knew that I needed to embrace it so that I could truly come into a new. And I know that I still have work to do, but I'm grateful for just taking that step and totally letting go and releasing and being in a space that was filled with love and filled with accountability and just being pushed and pushing myself and being opening to really surrendering myself. And so I'm just grateful.
Well, you know what's interesting, Leah, and thank you for sharing, is that, we talk about, that sounds very woo-woo. Oh my God, is it magical? Is it mystical? But let me ask you, your bottom line, how is your business increased and changed because of that breakthrough?
Massively. I mean, I walked away from something that I realized was so toxic, and I walked away totally cold turkey, firstly. And secondly, I literally came back from Forbes Factor and walked into work and felt like a fireball, and everyone felt my energy, and I felt it, but I didn't say anything, and I just walked in, and my presence was so strong. And before that, I was not even comfortable with saying that my presence was that strong. But even to speak on the microphone or to speak right now before Forbes Factor, I wouldn't speak much on calls or be able to articulate what was going through my mind or what was in my heart. But it's so fluid now and so just open, and I'm glad to continue on with it.
Yeah, Leah, let me just spout up. So you have 2 new businesses since Forbes Factor, and you have 20 Prove It clients now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you may have 2 digital marketing clients tomorrow?
Yep.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, it's just, and I remember on the calls, when you first got on the calls, you would sit on the floor and you had that doorknob above you.
Yeah.
And
like a prison cell.
and you had no life to you. But I got to say something about Doris, because when I first got on the call tonight, she was smiling from ear to ear, and you could just see a whole new light in her. And I'm just proud of her. I wish I was on the call last night to see that breakthrough. But obviously, seeing her tonight is just a big difference. So something happened last night, and I'm just proud of her. And but I know everybody in this room that's been through Forbes Factor and even hasn't been through Forbes Factor is having some major breakthroughs and in business. Tucker's killing it. Nicole is, what she said tonight was she's not going to deal with people that don't understand her value. That is huge. So to be able to say that, because it took me years to be able to say that, and so that it's just, that's how you 10x your business, is through what we're going through and getting rid of that, what's holding you back. And usually it's right between your ears that's holding you back. But
so guys, can you hang on 1 second? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to introduce you to somebody who comes from a very different world. I don't get this opportunity a lot. But this is Chris Bonanno. He works for a company called TriStar, which is responsible for the Jacqueline Juicer and billions of dollars of sales?
Easily, yes.
Easily, okay? Yeah, I know.
Hey, guys.
So would you mind sharing with me, they're all entrepreneurs, the call's being recorded. Can I give you this for a second? Just want to have to run to the restroom anyway.
Okay.
But can you share with them, that's your face,
Yep.
what does it mean to take a product that way? How big can you think, and who do they have to be that successful? I mean, you're around massive success. Let me
Yes. Okay, so I work for a company called TriStar Products, where some of the brands we have right now are the Copper Chef. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Copper Chef. Jacqueline Power Juicer, Perfector Styling Iron, the Airwave Fryer, Airwave Oven. You guys familiar with those products?
Oh yeah.
So we're primarily a direct response TV company, and we take our products on television. We start out on television, get some success there, and then we roll out in retail. And that's our business model.
So let me ask you a question since I have you here. When you look for a product that can be that mass market, what do you look for?
Well, it's a product. We like to get a product that everybody can use. I should be up here.
No, it's okay, but it's helpful.
It's a product that everyone can use, not something that's just good for a small group of people. Something like, if you look at Copper Chef, everyone needs to cook. Everybody wants to cook.
Have you guys seen Copper Chef on television? How much, so example of Copper Chef, can you guesstimate how many millions you may have sold of that product so far?
Pieces between retail and television, 5-10 million easily. I can't really. It's a private company. I can't really give out.
No. If you see something,
more than 5 million, yes.
Right. If you see something on TV, you know it's working.
Yes, absolutely. The amount of money we spend on media is a serious amount of money. Yes.
So, so they're all looking for the ideal product to market, whether it's on Amazon. What should they be looking for? What have you learned in all these years?
Again, we like to look, with the exception of Genie Bra. Genie Bra was a TriStar product. That was more of obviously just a female product. But we do look to be a product that everybody can use. We want something that everyone likes to cook, everyone likes fitness. Though the Perfector Styling Iron, that's another one. That's a product that was just more for women, but we had great success with that.
Okay,
the juicer, your juicer.
Hello.
And Jacqueline, that's a great.
Well, but hang on a second. So you got a styling iron that's working, but I shot one not long ago called Balloon that didn't work.
Yes.
Why do you think that didn't work?
You know, that's a hard call. I think that sometimes it's got to be, I think timing, like it's timing or people looking for that kind of product. I don't know. I think that product is a little bit more complicated. I think don't you think? I think it
was a little niche, and I thought
it didn't. The Perfector worked for everybody's hair.
What does that do?
It was just a styling iron. It could do for curls, straighten your hair. Balloon.
It's very niche, wasn't it?
It was very niche, yes. And we don't look for niche. We want something that's mass market.
Well, but so here's something else that's interesting. How do you market? You market on video, but you market through this concept of an infomercial.
Correct. And we're all about TV. It's got to work on television first. That's that's the business model. Keith wants everything to work on television. Once it works on television, then you roll out in big time on TV, and then you go into stores.
Well, I've done a lot of infomercials with you, and even if you're not on TV, everything sells the same way.
Yes.
So when you get a product, you go, okay, we're going to do this like we did today. We're going to create a show. What's the thought process? I mean, you're probably one of the best, no joke. Mm-hmm. What do you think about when you go to sell a product? What do you need to then do to get it out to the public?
Well, you got to make the show work. You have to have a great show. You have to have a great story. It's got to be a great story. It's got to be a great show. Getting your story out. I think that's what it's all about. For whatever you're selling, it has to be a great story.
How about demos? What does that mean for you?
Oh God, demos, befores and afters.
Wait. See, this is stuff this is why I thought this was interesting. You and I take this lingo for granted. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you've never heard of all of this. Mm-hmm. What would even a demo? What makes a good demo?
If someone brings a product to us, and one of the first things you go through your mind, does it demo? Is it an interesting demo? Does this product demo well? When you show what this product can do, is it interesting to people to see how this product works? That's huge for television. It's a visual industry. I always think that I'm someone who doesn't think the script, the verbiage, I don't want Mike to hear this, but the verbiage isn't as important. It's about what you see.
That's our writer in the other room. Yeah. Don't tell him the words don't matter.
I think it's all about what you see. You can be saying anything and people don't hear, they just see. They're looking at what you're doing in a commercial. And befores and afters are so important. Befores and afters, befores and afters, if you have a product that showing whether it's making you get thinner or making your hair look better or making your skin look clear, whatever it is, it's got to be something, a great before and after. This is what you look like before. This is what you look like after. Demos, befores, and afters are key.
So guys, you have a chance. I've got to send him back to dinner, but if you had a question to ask one of the greatest guys in the history of the infomercial, I mean, I've been doing this with Keith almost 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
God, since he had a lot of hair and I was alive. I need a question. Give me a question, Brianna. Unmute and unmute.
So how does one become a representative of one of these products to shoot an infomercial just like Forbes just did?
Let me go get a poke
for that. Well, what you could do, I mean, if you want to be you have a product that you want to get out to market, is that what you're saying?
No, I would love to represent someone else's product that's already established and do the infomercial just like Forbes. Show up, do the energy, bring all the words and the personality.
So you want to be like a host?
Yes.
Yeah, you would contact, Forbes can give you my information. You can contact us. Okay. We auditioned. Forbes is one of the best at obviously hosting infomercials and just a great host. So yeah, you can contact us.
And she's also a great coach.
She's great, yes.
Yeah, don't worry, Brianna. You've got a definite in, and I'll be your agent for this. Tucker, okay. ask him a question. Where's Tucker?
If you were 20,
Tucker is one of my rock stars.
Hey, Tucker.
Hey there. Hey, so if you were 23 again, what would you do differently?
Find a 23-year-old.
We're taking better care of my hair. I would have, you know what? What would I have done different? I'm not sure. I sort of like the path I've taken. Well, God, I guess if I could go back and, that's a hard question. Are you 23? Is that why you're asking that?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a rock star.
Okay.
But he's new. What would you do different?
I mean, ask a lot of questions. Don't listen to people. I think when you're 22, 23, I know when I was 24, you think you know everything. Listen to people, get as much information as you can.
Well, now here's another interesting question. You've seen a lot of major successful people come through.
Yes.
Superstars like the Ken Terrys and the Montels and the.
Yes.
What's a characteristic that you see of massive celebrities?
Well, I think a lot of those guys, they do listen. I think that Ken and some of the most successful producers, they listen. They gather information. They research. Research is key. You want to find out as much about whatever, if it's your product, what's out there in the market. Find out as much as you can. As far as celebrities, you have to have confidence. Montel, very confident. You're very confident. Successful people have confidence.
That's an interesting point, because what is confidence? And sometimes it's a fake it till you make it. Sometimes I didn't feel worthy of what it is, but it is the way that you show up. Mm-hmm. Because if somebody shows up and they're not confident, how does that make you feel?
It depends on the personality. I think if somebody's overly confident and they're full of crap, I can sniff that in 10 seconds. But if somebody's not confident, you know, and they're nervous rather. Like, you know, you can sense that, and you'll work with them, but you don't want to be too overly confident and not have like a plan. So be prepared and be very confident. I think you're good to go. Honestly, like that's what it's all about.
Jim, do you have a question? Because Jim is very successful. And actually, you know, it's very funny. So Jim and the rest of you should hear this. We had a conversation at dinner tonight before this about the whole world of internet that he doesn't really know. So Jim, this is interesting because he has, and he being a couple of people at the table, don't really understand the whole online space. So Jim, what would you want to ask? You're on mute. Muted.
Whoops, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep.
So I have a lot of clients that come to me. In fact, I'm going to bring them out right here. So they always come to me with different products to pitch online. And this is a roller, a fitness roller. Can you see that?
Yes.
So it's a really cool concept. And I get all these different things like this. So my question for you is, how can I bring something to you? Because I get a lot of people, my brother's does infomercials. And so how would I bring something to you, a client, and how would I benefit from that if I believe in that product and believe it could go somewhere?
Well, first of all, you contact Forbes. You could give them my information, send it over to us. And it all depends on the product, and every deal is different. If it's a product where, you could benefit as a representative for the inventor.
Okay.
And every deal is different. It depends if you have, 100,000 pieces of the product or you have a drawing on a paper napkin. Every deal is different.
Right.
But we're very fair, and we've been around for a long time. So that's why we're successful, because we're fair with our people.
And I should ask you, is it you? Who's the first line of defense?
I used to do a lot of that. Jane is doing a lot of that, but I like to get products. Jane gets more of the cold calls. I get more of people that are referred to the company, and I'll meet with people. And yeah, I'm a good resource for someone that if they know you, I'm happy.
Let me tell you something. This is one of the best resources, and I protect him and I protect Keith, because I know if you're not selling 100,000 or something. If you can't sell 5 million or something,
we're not interested.
Right.
Keith is not interested.
Right. And so what's interesting too, people coming with a whole new concept. Nobody wants a whole new concept. They actually want a better designed mousetrap.
That's 1,000,000% right.
Yeah. And so this is a great resource. Believe me, I'm bringing him to you because I just took him away from dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit down
because I want him to know this. Yeah. No.
Guys, thank you. Guys, thank you. Forbes are great. Thank you.
I appreciate you letting me. You know what? You should send over Paul for a second.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So trust me, this is as good as it gets. We're talking $1 billion company, and yes, I will be happy to make whatever introductions. Hey, Federico, I don't know you. Tell me how you got here tonight.
Hey, Forbes. So I got through the 10X GrowthCon, actually. So
nice. What do you do?
So I dropped out of college a couple of months ago, and I started a digital marketing agency.
It's just also you started a what?
A digital marketing agency.
What did you start? How are you doing?
So I started about like 3 weeks ago, and I have 2 clients, but I'm just starting out.
Congratulations. All right. Well, and normally I would spend a little more time, and Arati and all my other new people on the call, normally we spend a little more time enrolling you. I have a limited time tonight, but I want to introduce you to 2 people who are very special, because we don't get to do this very often. So you guys come into the light here.
This guy's a legend.
Well, this guy is a legend. We're going to talk about making words work, and one of the greatest writers of the successful things that you see on TV. Everybody meet Mike. And Paul. Now this is funny too, because Paul has a product. We're not going to say what it is.
Not yet.
But he sold 2 million of your products.
The old ones, yeah.
Paul, now you're going to love this, all my guys. Paul came to me about 20 some odd years ago, and you were a what? Oh yeah, you were a coaching client. Am I right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, I coached him to.
And this lady, this lady taught me everything I know about pitching a product and a concept.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
In my garage in California.
And everything I learned was from this lady, and she motivated me to be able to get up on stage or get up in front of the camera and pitch what I believed in. So thanks for that.
Now, but here's the crazy thing. So he's had a product, he's been doing it on his own. Who can relate to that? And then through the stroke of genius, he came to this company. And today, let me tell you something. I'm also really grateful because you guys could have chosen any one of 100 people. No one as good as cute as
but they all didn't want to do it.
They all didn't want to do it. Thank you. No more
Joking. She's the best.
But whether I'm the best or not, I've been doing this for a while. I feel incredibly honored that we came full circle and that I actually feel very blessed. You know, it's funny. When I walked into the studio, because I spent time with Elaine Lane recently, that's the studio that Elaine and Jack built. We didn't shoot the original infomercial there, though.
Right.
We shot our 4th one there. But there's Jack's picture. And I had this crazy sense that Jack was going, good job, kiddo.
Yeah.
I mean, I got really emotional, and I didn't want to share this with you guys, but the fact that you're there after all these years, and Denise is there, that you're making hits. I love this. So let me interview you guys for a second. Mike, when you guys look for a product, do you just give them the product at that point? It's already a signed deal? You don't have a choice?
No, not all the time.
Okay, well, but let's assume that you're given a product.
Right.
Do you always like the product you're given?
No, we don't always like the product. The important thing is what the problem it solves is. And if it doesn't solve a big problem that millions of people can relate to, we usually pass on the product.
Okay, so this is interesting as you guys are thinking as entrepreneurs. Now, just so you know, this call is recorded. So not only are there people on this call, but it will be out for a very long time.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, makes a successful product?
Okay, that's easy. Okay, it solves a common everyday problem that everybody has, and there's no solution out there for it.
Well, but now you have copper cooking. There's a pan everywhere. Why is yours better?
Ours is better because it's easy to clean, and nothing sticks to it.
I hate cleaning those.
So you cook better with it. You're cooking your meals faster, easier, and they don't stick. Plus, you're able to clean it up, and it's a breeze. So you're spending less time in the kitchen. You're getting better food, and as a result, that solves a huge problem. Anybody can cook like a chef with Copper Chef.
Okay, do you get that? Yeah. All right, now you're also a wordsmith. You're really, really good with writing. How did you get qualified to do that?
I've always wanted to write commercials since I've been about 12 years old. And that's sort of what I did, and nobody believed that I could ever do it. So they told me when I was majoring in journalism school, I was specializing in advertising. I was going to go and be in advertising, and they said, no, go get something to fall back on. Go get an MBA. So I thought the most disciplined thing would be to go to a place that's very finance oriented. So I went to Wharton.
Oh gosh.
So I have a Wharton MBA. I got my first job at an ad agency as an account executive. And fortunately, my product got pulled from the market by the FTC. And they didn't know what to do with me, and they let me write because the art department, or the creative guys, had already seen what I had done. They saw me walking out of down the elevator with an armful of screenplays. And
I didn't know all this. I had no idea. Have you had a movie produced, by the way, ever?
Yes. Raising Hormones.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a real movie?
It was on HBO
Sounds
for 2
like
years.
my life.
I had to go on Howard Stern to sell it. But,
oh my gosh, okay.
But it was...
Menopause on what?
That's actually who owns that website, raisinghormones.com. It's a menopause site. But mine's a teen coming of age movie.
I love this. All right, so
it's a comedy.
Coming to the light just for a touch of it. Yeah. So Paul, this is crazy. You have only one invention, right?
Look, I've got one successful one.
No, but hang on a second. He's a physiotherapist from Australia, in case you know what the accent was.
Sure.
But talk about perseverance. You stuck with one thing for how long? How did you do that?
Look, the thing is that nobody really knows. I know what you've said about what makes a successful product, but I have to say that nobody really knows the magic that makes a successful product. There's so many variables, and the product that even now, the product that I've like 100% confidence in, I just don't know, because it's you guys out there, the market, that decides. I mean, we've got a great presenter, great directors, great producers. I think I was okay today. Great team, great product, but you still have no guarantee.
I'm going to tell you, it's a huge hit.
But you have to. look, if you don't believe in your shit, no one's going to believe in it, right? There's no way, if I don't think it's the best thing on the planet, why should you? Why should you? But you also have to prove that it is. And that's why I did my own before and afters. Because I believe that if I brought the product or just the design, you go, what? What is this product? So what I have learned is you've got to show the results almost before the product. Does that make sense?
Without a doubt.
That's where I'm at.
Well,
now. That's where I've learned.
because ultimately it's always the benefits and what it does.
Yeah, you told me that. Benefits.
We don't actually care what it is. If you can make me look prettier, younger, thinner, and richer,
you need a
I want
pencil.
it.
If I could get rid of your double chin with a pen, you need a pen. I mean, you do what you have to do to get the result. Yeah, and if the product looks silly, doesn't matter. Remember Shake Weight?
Do I remember Shake Weight?
It was huge.
It was massive. So you just don't know.
Well, actually, think about that. So Shake Weight looked like a sex toy, and so does yours.
I went to the trade show for the product.
Right.
And they had, that song Addicted to Love?
Uh-huh.
They had about 15 women on a stage, on a podium. The lights are on. These girls, instead of playing the guitar, you know what they're doing? The lights are on. And you're not home.
I think we're doing it with the part of your
I know. But seriously, and it went global. So sometimes it's not even the product worked. It's a piece.
All right, so really quickly, does anyone have a question for either of these two rock stars who's not spoken before? If you got a question, let me see your hand. Who's got a question? Come on, Pat, chime in with a question for me. I need to hear you. Come on. She does. Take off your mute. Pat's been to, not only has she been to my Forbes Factor training, massive transformation, but she has also sold all kind of stuff with me, around me. Take off your mute, girlfriend. Come on, you know how to do that. We do it every week.
I think Chuck has.
There it is.
There
Go.
it is. What are you looking for in a host?
What are you looking for in a host? They basically want to know, how can you replace me?
Oh, okay. Okay, now that's a really good thing because it's a real talent and not everybody can do it. Forbes is excellent at it.
Yes.
Forbes can be a pit bull and she can hug you and make you feel warm and love you. And that, the ability to go and to transform from somebody who's really pitching to somebody who can empathize with you and connect with you as a viewer is huge. And there's not many people that do that.
So I teach a class called Pitch Mastery, because what I do, and you learned it too, is part talent, but it's a lot of skill. You and I, when I look at you, I know what you know because we've been doing this a while.
Right.
What do you think's really important when you are a pitch person? What do you want to, because they practice, they've worked on it, but what do you think really pushes it over to the edge?
I think it's your presentation, but your ability to change emotions. In other words, you have to convince somebody to believe in the product you're selling. You have to convince somebody to trust you, and you have to be able to present it in a way that is just undeniably good.
Yeah.
And you have to make it compelling. And those are sometimes very tough traits and characteristics to have, but you have to be able to do that. No, there are skills that can be developed, but you have to learn. You have to be aware of what it is that sells a product, and then you have to be able to sell. So you have to be able to make that connection with the viewer, but at the same time present the features and benefits of the product. And if you can do both, then you're going to win.
Well, but don't you think every salesperson at any level, whether they're on TV or in person, has to master that?
Without a doubt. Yes. That is the key to sales.
Selling an idea to your children.
Right.
So tell me about that.
No, seriously, I've got two girls, 27, 24, and you're trying to keep young people on the straight and narrow. It's a sales pitch. I mean, you have to convince them that this road is better than that road. Right. I mean, I don't know if there's parents, there must be parents out there.
Oh, absolutely.
We've all been there. You have to not sell in the selling sense, but you've got to be convincing in the opportunities of traveling a certain path as opposed to you're a dad,
Like, what's the benefit of not getting pregnant?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But the way you pitch that can either make or break the relationship.
Interesting. Look at my smiley man.
Yeah, you get it, don't you? Have you got children?
Keith, chime in.
Keith, have you got kids? 3.
All right,
Yeah.
so chime in for a second. Let me hear you.
Hey, you guys are awesome, and I believe in your dreams. What was your greatest struggle with trying to get your success?
My greatest struggle was I quit a very good job in New York. I was going to be the youngest vice president ever at the 6th largest ad agency in the world.
Dude.
Somebody offered me a movie option for a screenplay. I quit my job. I moved out to Los Angeles, and I was a night watchman in about a half an hour. So it wasn't all success at first, but then if you persist and you believe in yourself and you're willing to burn that bridge behind you so there's no other choice, that was the key.
Sure, look,
Ortez, I love it.
I think you need to really understand what your talents are. You know, what is it that you're really good at, and make it even better. Unless you've got time to develop your weaknesses, which I don't, I'm 58. But if you know what your strengths are, look, it might be anything, then be the best at that particular thing if you know you're good at it. Is that correct?
Sure.
That's what I think.
Isn't it fascinating, by the way, that we've got people from all over the world. We also record it, and we've got thousands of people who download this so they can stay in touch, they can get on live. And so your words of wisdom, anything else that you
Can I
want
ask him what he thinks his number one strength is? What's his name?
So Keith, what is your number one
What
strength?
do you think your number one strength is? What is it that you're great at or confident in?
Yeah, we heard it. Unmute, go ahead, go for it. Oh, don't think too long.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. My number one strength, being happy and encouraging people. I do that all day long, and I work in a jail.
You're a motivator. A motivator?
Yeah.
Well, you need to speak to her.
Oh, no. She motivates me.
Hey, Miss Nicole, you also need to unmute for a second.
Sorry
Nicole
about
is a rock star. I know she's driving at the moment. What is your greatest strength?
Yeah, you know, what is it?
Woo! I don't know, Barbie, because I have so many right now. Okay, my favorite strength that I've identified is my ability to look fear in the eye and do it anyway. Tomorrow is my last day at my job. I'm burning the bridge behind me, and I'm going full force in being a social media business owner locally for my Tucson, Arizona.
There you go.
And she's a rock star. Do you have any questions for these guys while you're here?
Yes, I do. We all, as humans, have moments where we just fall and start to doubt ourselves, even when we are very successful. What do you do to minimize your bounce back rate so you're back on that horse when you fall?
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody's going to give you advice that's good, but maybe not be good for you. So they're going to tell you, oh, maybe you should look for another job, or maybe you should do this, or maybe you should go back to school. That's not what you listen to. You listen to what's in your gut, because what's in your gut is what's going to compel you to succeed. And unless you're committed to it, and you are, don't listen to the people who have tons of good advice that's not good for you.
Yeah, look, that's an interesting one. You're saying that when you're knocked down, what gets you back up? Is that what you're saying? There's
Yes.
really only one answer for me, and that is you got to believe in yourself. You got to back yourself, and that's why you got to back your strengths. And if you back yourself, really back yourself, as he just said, irrespective of what all the noise is around you. Oh, look, why don't you just go back and do this? It's easy. Why don't you go do that? It's easy. Don't take the easy route. Back yourself to be what you want to be and achieve the goals you want to achieve.
Can everybody give them a rousing round of applause? And actually, one more thing. Can you do me a favor? Can everybody pick up your spin gym for a second and show them how we end every call. Yeah, no, seriously. We turn on a song and watch this. We turn on a song and every single person, wait, where'd they all go? Wait, hang on. Where'd everybody go? Everybody here has a spin gym. Come on, Joni, Jim, get your spin gym. This is how we end every call. Everybody's done. And it's a coaching call, but except the people who are new. And that is, we turn on the music and we all spin gym. I know it. We'll play a song in a second, but I guys wanted you to see Doris with her arms. Brianna's doing hers. Where's yours, bud? Hello? All right, I'll let you guys go back to dinner. Give me a round of applause. Everybody. Woo!
Bye, guys. Bye.
I've got I've got 2 more minutes. I love you guys so much. Come here for a second. All right, that was awesome. Now I'm going to share something with you, and Chuck, you should get a kick out of this. So we're at one of the most successful production companies ever. Everybody say hi to Joshua. Here's a crazy story about showing up and being prepared. So yesterday, I'm in the production meeting, and all of a sudden, everyone's in a panic. Oh my God, one of their key camera guys unfortunately got into a really bad car accident and cannot show up for the shoot. And I'm overhearing all this, and I chimed in and I said, do you guys need a cameraman? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, well, I brought one all the way from Florida with me. And they hired him for a very handsome amount of money, correct? And he was my house, so I'll post the pictures. Let me tell you something.
That's
On a massive infomercial shoot, I get to look at him. He was my main camera guy. I was like over the moon.
Yes!
And he got paid for it.
Wow.
I love you.
Awesome. Congratulations.
I know.
Josh.
Let me tell you something.
Josh.
So incredibly jazzed that happened. Here's the thing. Opportunities are actually everywhere you look. So I never do this. I'm never this kind of crazy, although maybe I am. I'm on the road every week. Federico, Rati, say hi to me and tell me who you are and what you do. Unmute yourself for 1 second.
Oh, me?
No, I want Rati. I want her to say hi also as well.
Oh.
Mr. Rati, I cannot hear you. Take off your mute.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
You're good to go.
Tell me who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Artie, and I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And
We're in New Jersey right now.
I'm sorry?
We're in Parsippany, New Jersey right now.
Oh, wow. So I was a full-time accountant by profession, but due to a tragedy of our family member, my brother, I switched gears from accounting, and now I'm into acting, modeling. I'm an internet TV host and a radio show host, plus a henna artist and a voiceover artist.
Wow, congratulations.
Whoa.
Well, I know a company here. You out of here?
Yes.
All right, you know what? I need to say goodbye to my producers. And so give me 2, well, actually, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Give me a hug.
Talk to you later.
Okay, wait, here's the funny thing. Everyone just took out their Slim Jims. I'll send you the photo. They were laughing. Wait, talk to them about working out, please.
Yeah.
No, but just talk to them.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So, all right, you guys. Chuck, do me a favor. Will everybody stay online? I don't want to lose Arati and Federico. I need to leave, which is very untypical, but I would love to know how we can best help you. So, Federico, if we could, as a group, could do one thing for you, what would it be?
I don't know, really.
Here it comes.
I haven't thought about it.
So, Mr. Federico, number one, when somebody in my world says, I don't know, I have the right to slap them in the head. So hit your head a little bit, because let me share with you. For some reason, you got on this call. There is something inside of you that says you're a little bit nervous about quitting college. You're young, and imagine if you had a support team of people who do really well. How valuable might that one little thing be to you right now?
Very.
Yeah. So I'm going to have Chuck reach out to you, because I'm going to say, we could be here for you, because the journey that you're taking is very exciting, but also a little lonely and a little scary. And if you have the right mentors, you'll have a lot more success. Yes?
Sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rati, same for you. Congratulations. I'm sorry the tragedy happened, but in my world, life happens for you. So if that's what took your turn and your brother's watching over your shoulder and cheering you on for the rest of your life, congratulations. Not a lot of people have an amazing cheerleader. And I would love to be there to support you. So we talk about how to join the Wednesday group. I'm going to invite you back next Thursday if this is exciting to you. And go, hey, I want to stay connected to everybody here. Make sure everyone puts their email into the chat box. And who is 403? Who have I not talked to?
That's Jake.
Jake?
From Canada.
Oh, that Jake. Well, okay. Hi, Jake from Canada.
Ward.
Oh, Luke. You don't mean Jake.
Luke. Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
Luke.
Luke Ward.
This is my Luke. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys. Chuck, do me a favor. Will you stay on the call? I'm sure there's a little bit more that has to happen tonight. I love you guys, and I will see you on Wednesday, I promise, in a much quieter space where I can actually focus on everyone. But I will tell you, I hope tonight was interesting. worth bringing to you, and I'm very, very proud of all of you guys. Thank you. Chuck, I love you
Thanks,
guys.
Forbes.
Thank you, Forbes.
Thank
Bye.
There she goes into the night. So it is right. It's the hour, and we tried to keep this Thursday call to an hour so we can finish a song. And it's a long song, and it's not on loop, but everyone needs to pull out their spin gem, and we'll end it with that. Unless anyone else had something to add. I'll ask that real quick.
I want to add something. Yesterday, I had like one of the biggest breakthroughs ever. As I post on social media, a lot of people actually, send me hateful stuff like, Tucker, what are you doing? And it was just so powerful yesterday hearing Doris and Forbes. And I literally went home and I was just screaming like, let's go, I got this. And thank you for everything you did last night, Doris. You really helped me.
Wow. And I'll tell you something, Tucker. If you're getting hate mail and everything, then consider yourself lucky, because that means you're successful. Successful without having some haters along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start to polarize your audience, that's when you know you're doing it right.
But yes, thank you, Doris. And and Forbes will always say that too, is she enjoys it when you go through it. She needs you to go through it because it may not be just for you that you're going through it. And that's a direct response of what that does, is it actually helps Tucker out immensely. So yes, thank you, thank you. So let's pull out our spin gems, because I want to end it right at the hour. I'm going to say 6 o'clock, but it's only 6 o'clock my time. But you guys have a good night.
Picture of somebody who's not good enough. When I try to measure up, but I mess it up. And I wish I wasn't like that. I wish I wasn't wishing anymore.
It's a long song.
Nobody's keeping score. I'm tired of throwing pennies in the well. I gotta do something. Here goes nothing. Today one of the rest of my life. Today one of the rest of my life. Marching on to the beat of when the drum, yeah, here I come. The future has begun. Day one. Well, every single day your grace reminds me that my best days are not behind me. Wherever my yesterday may find me, well, I don't have to stay there. See, my hourglass is upside down, and my someday soon is here and now. The clock is ticking, and I'm so sick and tired of missing out. I wish I wasn't wishing anymore. I wish I could remember that nobody's keeping score. I'm tired of throwing pennies in the well. I gotta do something. Here goes nothing. It's day one of the rest of my life. It's day one of the rest of my life. I'm marching on to the beat of when the drum, yeah, here I come. The future has begun. Day one. It's day one. Here comes the sun. Every morning, mercy's new. Every morning, I will fix my eyes on you. Every morning, mercy's new. Every morning, sun's coming up, the beginning has begun. Hey, it's day one of the rest of my life. It's day one of the best of my life. I'm marching to the beat of when the drum, yeah, here I come. The future has begun. It's day one of the rest of my life. It's day one of the rest of my life.
Oh, Chuck.
I'm marching to the beat of here I come. The future has begun. Starting over.
Hey, my spin gem broke. I guess I better check the string ahead of time.
You're just going so hard, Chuck.
Oh no.
That's it. It broke.
Wow.
It didn't go very far. Good night to all. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.